let's look at a scenario where the Supreme Court says, yes, he has that. He has all those rights. He is immune from everything.
Yeah.
You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
Whoa. He could throw every Republican in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
That's Whoopi Goldberg stunning her co-host with her deranged fantasies about what Biden could do if the Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish. Well, the Supreme Court just ruled 9-0 that Colorado cannot remove Trump from the ballot, and as you can imagine, leftist pundits and lawmakers are already calling for the Supreme Court to be dissolved, criticizing the decision as disappointing and a betrayal to democracy. Here's the ladies of The View engaging in wild paranoia and speculation prior to the decision.
Because he'd have totally, he can go, what this means is he could do anything.
Yeah.
He could dismiss everybody's debt.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole bunch of great stuff that could happen, but let's really look at what this means.
Yeah, some people are saying the motivation is that there are certain conservative justices that have been appointed by Trump that want to help him. And because we know the end result is if this case is not resolved by the time of the election, and he, God forbid, becomes the president of the United States, the Justice Department policy is that you cannot indict nor put on trial a sitting president, right? And so it's his get out of jail.
He could throw him in jail.
But it's his get out of jail free card. The Bush v. Gore case happened real quick. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? The Supreme Court knows how to work real fast.
That was the day democracy died.
I love the idea that this is essentially a get out of jail free card for Trump. Rachel Maddow essentially echoed this and then followed it up with more fear mongering about him being president for life, because once he's out, they're going to get him and throw him in jail. There's such a thing as revealing too much in an argument, and liberals tend to do this a lot.
The thing that Trump and his lawyers forget, I think, is that they ain't president yet, right? So if the Supreme Court says that the presidents have this, complete immunity from prosecution and whatever, what's to stop, I don't know, the actual president, Joe Biden, from launching a preemptive strike on a rebel stronghold at Mar-a-Lago to engineer regime change? What's to stop Biden from doing that, right?
Well, if you needed any evidence that the friend-enemy distinction on the left and right is not the same, just take a look at that clip. I think what they're doing with this stuff is kind of showing their deepest desires. I mean, these are really odd things to say. You can make these points without jumping to authoritarian fantasies or scenes from a Saw movie. Their stuff they're doing is like if you told a guest to make themselves at home and then they asked to sleep with your wife. It's just like bizarre fantasy stuff. Their response to this stuff is always dialed to 11, and I think it's because they want to use this to fearmonger and rally against institutions they don't like so they can tear them down. We've already seen how their obsession with democratizing everything is just an excuse for mob rule. It's why they attack the Supreme Court every time something doesn't go their way. It's why they want to publicly release the names on juries and intimidate judges on high-profile cases they're worried about. I mean, for crying out loud, John Oliver just offered Clarence Thomas $1 million a year to resign as a joke, but if a right-wing Twitter account posts a meme telling Democrats to call in their vote, that's jail-worthy. They're all for democracy and rule of law until it doesn't go their way. They were fine with using the Supreme Court to circumvent Congress and enshrine Roe and Obergefell, but when those same institutions might undo those cases, it's suddenly an attack on democracy, which, as my 4-year-old son would say, is cuckoo bananas. But let me know what you think. Is the Supreme Court's decision a danger to democracy? Should it be packed or dismantled? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!